Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode. You're getting 2 for 1 day. Usually, we do one video a week, and we pre-record these things. But with a special event that we had this going on this week, we figured, we do 2 episodes. But speaking of special stuff, um, we've had some tragedy happening in our country this week, and I think we should take a moment to ourselves, like in all seriousness, because I love to have a good laugh, but in all seriousness, with what's happened this week, I don't know what state of mind you are in, uh, but I feel like we should have a moment of silence for Kirk. Whether you agreed with him or didn't agree with him, it's like I still respected the man. I still respected him, and like it was just a tragedy, honestly, because this was a man of God. He was a husband. He was a father, and he was ready to talk to anybody, which was something I thought was sorely lacking in this country.
Yeah.
It's like, and it didn't matter like you agreed with him or you disagreed with him. He was ready to just talk. So like this podcast is not dedicated to him anyway, though, because we are an entertainment podcast.
Not a politics.
We're not into politics, but I feel like we should take a moment to just let go of the world for a moment. Breathe. Close your eyes. Just relax. Let all your negative feelings go. Just a moment of silence to unwind and just shrug off the hate that you might have felt this week. And if you're still listening, thank you very much, and we're gonna get on with this episode. Hello and welcome back
Hello
to
there.
another episode where two guys talk about anime, and we got a big one today.
Demon Slayer.
Yes, we are not Demon Slayers, but
Yep. Fair enough.
but it's just amazing to me just how big this franchise has gotten.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's like,
Well, we are. That's what we're doing
I
here.
mean, fair enough. Yes.
I was like, that's what we're going to talk about.
That's the plan for this episode.
I mean, you got baseball stadiums having Demon Slayer night with the Dodgers. And like they got specialized jerseys with the Komodo patterns of our characters. Of those characters. It's just like, holy crap. And I've been seeing, going over the internet, I don't know if these things are real, but you got also like basketball stars sporting sports shoes with the Komodo patterns of characters from Demon Slayer. I don't know those are real. I don't know those are AI. People are like really good about making those things look realistic.
I couldn't tell you.
But at the same time, half of these guys who play basketball also design shoes, so like props to them. I mean,
it's possible they designed it.
exactly. But like so much love for this show. It's just utterly amazing. And you actually read the manga
Yes,
of
I
this
have.
show. So like I'm gonna ask you for like other people who like love the manga
Yeah.
or people who are even thinking about reading the manga. How did you feel while reading the manga and then seeing it being animated?
For me, like, to be honest, I actually started with the anime first. I benched, once I figured out what it was, I benched the first season and then went back to read the manga. So, ever since season 1, I've known what happens since then. and seeing it animated made it. Ufotable does a really good job at putting making putting the panels to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Tengen Uzui versus Gyotaro.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the manga. It didn't show as they put more detail into the each movement of each character fighting one another, which I props to Ufotable that they do a really good job at animating every Demon Slayer.
I mean, they also do the Fate series.
Yes, they do.
And it's like these guys, like when they probably were like whenever it came to the rights of Demon Hunter as an anime, I like to think that these guys were like jumping on, and it's like we're gonna do something special with this,
Yeah.
and it's like it's henceforth been like a front runner to how anime has come a long way in its graphics, animation, and choreography.
Yeah, each movement, each placement of the voice, each voice direction. Like, even though people say that it's only carried by the animation. I can see that, but like the voice acting, the detail that Ufotable puts into it,
The characters
the
themselves,
characters as well, they are still
not to mention
really
the
good.
surround sounds.
Yes.
Like it just makes it more alive.
And don't get me started on the music.
Oh gosh, man.
Like, we would do a whole episode on that, but sneak peek.
Maybe.
Anyway, so it's each theme and each song. I think it fits each character pretty well. But
And I also think like how they portray these characters. So I feel like they did the original voice acting justice.
yes,
And it's like, of course, I'm a very biased person. I'm team dubbed, like, all the way, because I'm lazy. I don't want to read the subtitles.
I'm in the middle. I can do sub or dub.
Yeah, it's
I don't really mind.
but it's like of like things that I've seen of them, of the original audio versus the English dub audio. It's like I can feel the energy, and it's hard to describe how you feel that kind of energy.
It's possible because we speak English, not
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah.
That's probably why dub is more appealing to you.
Mm.
So we can understand more of what voice goes out into it.
Exactly. It's like I've seen terrible dubs before. Okay.
Ghost stories.
Not ghost stories. Not ghost stories. Something else. And that would be another anime. That would be another topic for another day. All right, just to keep these listeners into it. But at the same time, it's like I've seen some good voice acting to it too, and it's like this, the characters, the voice acting crew that they got for it, I love. Speaking of which, I think it's Gyu is one of the Hashira.
Yeah.
That's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors.
Johnny Young Bosch.
Yes. Ichigo.
He does-
Also the Black Ranger in Power Rangers.
He does.
In
so
case you
good.
didn't know.
I did.
And it's like when I heard he was doing this, like, oh yeah.
Let's go.
And I was like, and I see him fight for the first time. Bankai? Oh.
Okay.
I kept hoping for it. Every time he's like fighting, it's like, no.
No.
No. Anyway, but as how I got started, as we get back on track.
Yeah.
As I got started on it, because again, I heard my boy Johnny Young Boy was on the cast, and who he's going to portray. I was kind of on the fence on wanting to try out Demon Slayer because it was like another sword anime, obviously, inspired. To me, this is my arrogance. It's like it was inspired by Bleach, just like how Black Clover was inspired by Bleach and Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly Dragon Ball Z, but everything
everything
shonen is
is
inspired by Dragon Ball Z.
in some
But
way.
it's like I also I'm scared of trends, because it could be something that really hypes you up, and then just a pitfall in the end.
Yeah.
It's like sports wise. Okay, let's do sports wise. All right, for You know, because that's how I think. It's like you go into a game, you know that's going to be a good game, and your team just bites it. And it's like you know they can do better, but they just drop the ball.
Astros.
Kansas City Chiefs. Against anyone who's not the 49ers. Just saying.
Let's not make this about sports now.
No, it's not. But it's not me if I'm not taking shots at, sports.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's who you are.
But at the same time, I watched how like many younger people around me were so into it, and I figures like why the heck not? It's like I can't be just like focused on one generation of anime. It's like that's not what entertainment's about. It's about improving and adapting,
seeing the new generation,
watching the new generation flourish, and like possibly hearing some of my favorite voice actors, also in it. So give it a shot, and
it's like watching.
I was told that I was gonna like the backgrounds. I was gonna like the choreography. No one told me that I was also gonna like the philosophy that went into Demon Slayers. It was like because I connected with it because it's swords and I'm a nerd. I love swords. I did fencing when I was younger.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I did fencing when I was younger,
you were
and
young?
when they were talking, yeah. At one point, I was skinny, if you could believe it. I was skinny, if you could believe it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
But yeah, so. Their philosophy in the swords and in the sword and in your fighting styles, like I could relate to. It's like footing, placement of the blade. Yeah, it mattered even in fencing. Like even though it's not like as flashy as like swinging a sword all over the place, and like you still had to be meticulous, where how you stepped, your stance, and where you're gonna parry someone else's blade.
That's the same thing with sword in general.
Exactly.
I got introduced to Demon Slayer because of an anime loving buddy of mine, Acquire, and suggested it to me, and I said, I've been taught how to use a sword. There's swords in this anime. Let's try it.
They're like, ooh, swords, yeah. But it's like there's philosophy in it, and props to the creator for bringing that up. And not just saying, like, all right, here's a sword, go swing at things. All right? Totally different from other anime. It's like, this is Full Metal Jacket. It's like, this sword is your life. If it breaks, you die. Either by the demons or by the guy who forged it, you choose.
I think it's like, what? That chases around.
But as we talk about how much we love it, let's give a brief description on what it is, in case there is a listener who is like, okay, they're hyping it up. It's like, let us give you a little brief of what it is, just to like get you into it. So, Demon Slayer follows our young hero Tanjiro, and he has a family. He is the oldest son of five.
About five, yeah.
About 5 kids. His father just recently passed away. And about recent. It's really hard to determine. But like he stepped into the role and he took care of his family. And it's like it's not like they were orphans. They still had their mother. Mm-hmm. But it's like he stepped into the role to being the breadwinner, and he lived out in the mountains, and people in the village below, they loved him. It's like he's a real likable guy.
Yeah, he's like a really good person.
He's a big brother type.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like when people were saying like, "Oh, that's my big brother," it's like okay,
my big brother.
Sorry to my little brother. I was not like that. We tortured each other.
I mean, isn't that what siblings do?
Yeah, I guess not in the mountains, but so one day. He goes down the mountain to sell some charcoal to get a little extra money for the end of the year festival. That he wants to treat his family because it's like he loves to see his siblings smile. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Basically, thrive as well. That's Nothing
So
after that.
he stays later in town than he thought, doing odd jobs, and so he stays over at this other guy's house, which ended up saving his life entirely, honestly. So he goes home, and his family is just completely massacred, and he doesn't know what did it. And he finds only one surviving member, which is his younger sister, not the youngest sister, his younger sister, probably
Basically, the oldest sister, but
his younger sister, but the oldest sister.
Mhm.
It's like not even the little children survived. Mothers, like everyone was slaughtered.
everything was slaughtered. And before you ask, this happened in the first episode.
Yes, this is just the first episode. like, so like all those family members, they got maybe one line of dialogue, and it's like, all right, kid,
You're done.
you're done. We'll give you a call back if we have other projects for you. But at the same time, he takes his sister and they're running down the mountain, and he's trying to figure out what on earth happened because Tanjiro, he also has a keen sense of smell,
Yeah, very keen.
and it's like he knows it wasn't a bear. He knows it wasn't a wild animal. He doesn't know what it was, and that's what scares him the most.
Only to figure out.
And then for his sister starts thrashing, potentially going insane, and she attacks him. And that's when he realized something about her has changed, and that's when we get introduced to dun, da, 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 a demon slayer.
Yu Tomioka.
Comes in and just literally tries to decapitate his sister right there. No line of dialogue. Is like,
Just
oh,
silence.
it's like, oh, threat neutralized. And
Exterminate.
Daleks exterminate, exterminate.
Anyway,
But like, Tanjiro managed to get her out of the way as soon as possible, and Tanjiro and the Demon Slayer, they fight. Tanjiro loses.
of course.
But his sister, even though turning into a demon,
Actually was starting to try to protect him.
like a bit of her humanity still stays in there. So he leaves Tanjiro a note. He doesn't wait for him. Oh no, he does wait for him to wake up. Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I thought it was more disrespectful than that.
He's disrespectful, but not that disrespectful.
He just doesn't like to talk.
He's not a talker.
I can respect
I
that.
can relate.
But he waits for him to wake up and sends Tanjiro to his master who trained him. So he's like, well, if you really want to give this a try, you should learn how to fight these things at least. Because they're everywhere. Case in point, your sister's down one of them. And Tanjiro, he learns about the demons. He learns how to fight them. He trains his butt off, and it's not like a few months training.
Years.
This was like 3 years, 2 or 3 years. This is just him constantly training to do this every day for his sister. He's putting his body on the line. He has a clear goal in mind to save his sister. In which case he goes to final selection, which is the final trial to actually enter the Demon Slayer Corps. Yeah, in which case you could die.
Which it's basically that. Basically throwing you in a forest and say, good luck.
I mean, isn't that life?
Basically, yeah.
Which case then it just starts off with our adventure of fighting demons, trying to learn how to turn Nezuko back to human. We get introduced to our new characters to make our trio.
Inosuke and
Zenitsu, which, Inosuke, love the energy he brings.
Didn't you make characters based on Inosuke?
Yes, I made a D&D character based on Inosuke. And yes, my character is a badger. But it's like, I love the energy he brings. He's goofy, but he's a threat.
He's a goofy threat.
Exactly, he is a threat.
Whenever I saw Zenitsu, He was the one I relate to somewhat the most.
Really? So I understood like people would like when I first saw Zenitsu, I thought it's like, oh great, so here comes our dirty minded comic relief.
And not in that way, but when we get to what just happened over the weekend.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Zenitsu grows the most
Yes.
out of all our characters. He grows the most, like emotionally.
Even past where we are at with the new movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say more because there might be anime onlys or
Mhm.
people that want to watch the manga. Go read the manga.
Okay, I was gonna say no one can watch manga.
I mean, go if you want to read the manga. Read the manga. I am not gonna be saying what happens past the recent movie.
Yeah.
In this episode.
But it's like seeing him in the movie. It's like he has come so far, and that's what's great.
He is one.
It's great to see a character actually develop. It's like because that's a lot of things that could make that can either help the anime, manga, or a show thrive is when a character evolves, not with a new technique, a new transformation, but when they themselves as a human being evolve and
character develop.
It's not just character development, it's like a resolve. When you find your resolve, when it's like there is no going back to the way this was. The only path is forward.
Yes.
And it's like if I keep to this way, I am going to die.
I need to change now.
Exactly. And it's like that's a huge turning point for like anyone who's probably going down a similar path. It's like this is hard. I want to quit. I want to quit. They're like there is no quitting.
You can't quit.
It's like there is no quitting. You're in life right now. This is life or death situation. You cannot quit. You either adapt, survive, and thrive, or you don't change and you die.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Exactly. So it's like, but it's like as serious as it is, we get some lighthearted moments too. We also get introduced to some very lovable characters, some very literally.
Mid-city.
Yeah. But it's great to see them all except Nezuko, Tanjiro's sister, as she's she goes from being like an adorable cinnamon roll to full-on threat.
She's a threat, but on the good side.
Yes. It was like, thank gosh we got this nuke on our side. She's like a Pokemon or Digimon. She goes from like mini Nezuko to monster Nezuko.
The transformation in season 2.
It's like Imp Nezuko to full-on Demon Nezuko. But it's great to see them all evolve, not just like physically adapting to their lifestyle as demon slayers, but emotionally adapting. They're not becoming emotionally dead because you're in that line of work. No one else in the world knows what you're doing. You're not recognized by the government. You're doing this strictly because there's no one else to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these characters, some of them lost their humanity and are full on insane. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
You know who I'm talking about. Spawn of Kenpachi. or they stick to who they are and still show that compassion in their life. Mm-hmm. So it's that's really true in real life as it is, because many of these demons, they had a bad day.
It's the Joker quote all over again.
It was they had a bad day and they turned their backs on humanity. The overall expression of humanity, not humanity as a whole, but the humanity of compassion, love.
They turn their back on that.
They feel like everything that they ever cared about has been ripped away from them, been ridiculed all their lives, or they've been sick. And it's just they feel like something has been taken away from them.
Right.
and then they turn. And to me, it's like I came to this epiphany yesterday when we watched the movie of Infinity Castle.
Yeah.
It's very biblical to me,
I can see that.
as you have people who will worship God and then be expecting all these things, but like these are earthly things. They don't last. They wither away or get taken away from you, and then you're left with the fork in the road to keep on worshiping the Lord or turn your back.
Turn your back, becoming a demon.
Exactly. It's allowing evil into your heart, quite literally in these cases, but to keep the conviction of keeping the kindness and that was shown to you by the loved ones you lost. So, but with that, I think we described enough about the anime itself.
Yeah.
And how it all started out. So hopefully you guys will give it a shot.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. It's give it a shot. And now let's talk about the movie.
Spoiler alert.
This is going to be a huge spoiler alert because, oh my gosh.
But
I just want to hug everyone who is in the animation studio who did the backgrounds and the special effects, because my guys, you sacrificed so much. There is no way that was a small thing. There had been many of all-nighters to do this because everything was in motion.
Even the
When they say Infinity Castle, think of this as you are. If you ever go to, this was for me. There was a movie theater and it had mirrors on opposite sides, and it gave this infinity look. Take that, but it's moving.
It's a castle that's moving.
It's constantly moving, constantly changing. There's a reason why it's called Infinity Castle.
Literally an infinite castle.
Exactly. And all right, so that was something I was really hoping for to seeing, because we got a glimpse of what it looked like in the Mugen Train saga.
Mm-hmm.
And not to see it expand as it is, it's like, holy crap. You can have something old and new at the same time.
What is this?
Exactly.
What is this?
And we were introduced to our characters one by one by one by one by one, which is a typical thing for anime movies that are based on a show. It's like, all right, we got to show all of everyone's favorite characters.
Yes, before we start.
And the grudge matches.
Yeah.
I love that it started with the grudge matches. I love it. And for those of you who are new to this, again, this is spoiler alerts. Grudge matches. What do you mean? Well, we got a sister avenging her fallen sister.
Shinobu versus Doma.
Yes, and then we got two fellow students who hated each other. One chose to go to the demon side, while the other one stuck to his convictions and stuck to the demon slayers. And then you got the revenging of a fallen comrade who inspired you.
Akaza versus Giyu and Tanjiro.
So let's go into the order of the fights that happened.
Yeah.
Because, the fight scenes themselves, holy crap.
They were amazing.
Holy crap. I'm there's a reason why these guys are in the top where they're at. And the amount of emotion that you feel makes me very sympathetic towards the Demon Slayers.
Yeah.
Because when it came to Shinobu, yeah, her backstory is vaguely aware of it, but you can actually see her holding herself together without completely falling apart.
After seeing...
And for those of you who wonder, how do you see that in a drawn animation, you look at the eyes.
Or body language.
You look at the eyes, the twitching. All right? It's like if you haven't cried, you won't know what I'm talking about. Like when you have that emotion, there's always that twitch in your eyes.
Yeah.
When you have that emotion where you're like completely going to lose it. And that's what I look for. That's what I looked for. And that's what I saw.
I mean, it's basically like you walk into a castle of a villain, and then you see...
And there he is.
And then you see the killer of your family member.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't lose their cool?
Exactly.
I don't blame Shinobu at all.
And it's like, and she herself knew this was probably going to be the end. And it's like, she herself knew, but she kept trying. And this is where I also want to go draw context to Bible.
Yeah.
Going back to religion here, all right? Sorry for all of those who want to escape that, but this is what I got from it. So, her sister's killer, I can't remember this guy's name. Doma. All right. So he's basically a false prophet. Even he knew he was a false prophet. He pitied everyone who was asking for a miracle from the gods. He pitied them, mocked them even. And that's something we are warned about in the Bible as false prophets.
Yes.
The thing is
you don't know how accurate that is to Doma.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna
that
say
is
that now.
So accurate to Doma. And the thing is, the scary thing is, he knew he wasn't a prophet. It was this is just how I was born. And I just pity these fools for even thinking I was. And he didn't take it to his head. He's you guys will die, and I'll keep y'all company. I'm a demon now. Well, I will eat you, and then you'll keep me company. It's so romantic in a way. It's and this guy is
romantic.
That's how I'm depicting him.
There.
That's how I depict him. It's a romantic way of them being part of him.
Yeah.
That way you be a part of me forever. So it's not really feeding into his religious delusion. He has no religion. He just mocks it.
Yeah, that's the...
And what's terrifying is he encourages everyone to do better in fighting him, because he's up there. So when you're up there for so long, it's I haven't had a real good fight in so long. Somebody please challenge me.
Whenever the movie's released, you're gonna see more of... I'm gonna just say you're gonna see more of why the community doesn't really like the manga reader community doesn't really like Doma.
I mean,
that's all I'm gonna say. Like I said previously, I am not bringing in manga spoilers here because I know people don't like that. I'm not doing that. But Doma is...
I mean, where to know he's sadistic?
He's worse than Muzan.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's why he's number 2.
That's all I'm going to say.
There's a reason why he's number 2.
And not number 1.
Number 1, I think, is whole different story. But
yeah,
I
know his, but
I won't spoil what happens to her. You guys gotta read it or watch it yourselves.
Read it or watch it.
But it's I'm just telling you guys now, it's there's gonna be some emotions.
Yeah.
And keep your merch is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Keep your merch. Now let's go on to the next fight, shall we?
Oh god.
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu versus Kaigaku.
Yes. Now, you want to talk about imagery. Dude, Zenitsu in the showdown. Before the showdown starts, he is in the light.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed this, all right?
Yeah.
But he is in the light, and his opponent, his comrade who betrayed their master in the thunder style breathing, he is in the dark in the setting. Quite literally, light
versus dark.
darkness.
I noticed that too. I just didn't.
And it's I love when studios do that. And it's some people might think of this cliche. It's you don't understand how much in the darkness he's in. So take this imagery, if you will, Tales of the Jedi. It showed the fall of Dooku, all right? And in the final scene where just before Dooku completely fell to the dark side, there's one Jedi Master who she is in the light. Dooku, he is in the middle, between light and dark, and then you have Darth Sidious way in the back.
In the dark.
In the dark. All right? How far back in the dark? He's like, in the dark. You can only see the white of his face. It's like, that's how much someone could fall.
And then there's people being on the teetering end of light and dark.
Exactly. And then when I saw something like that again in this movie with Zenitsu and his comrade, like his, his fellow comrade in the thunder breathing style,
Mm-hmm.
is like, he was so far in the dark. And it's like, this is beautiful. This is a brother against brother moment. And it was. Because Tanjiro, he was the loving brother.
Yes.
All right, these guys, they weren't blood related, but they were raised by the same man. Like, these were brothers at odds with one another. This is Cain and Abel. Yeah. And it's like, no, there's a better biblical story to do that. Where one brother was chosen to succeed the father and tricked him.
I don't remember.
Tricked him with sheep fur.
I don't remember who.
Man, it's a loss of words for me. Put it down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, in the Bible, again, I'm sorry, but this is where I draw relationships, and that's what makes me hype. In the Bible, there were these two brothers, separate mothers, same father. Mm-hmm. And one brother, he's strong, and he's always out hunting. He's taking care of the flock. And another brother, he's weaker, but he's cunning. So it comes to the point where the father must choose a successor. Well, they all knew that it was going to go to the oldest because that was tradition. Mm-hmm. So the mother of the youngest son tells him to deliver his food and wear sheep fur on his forearms because the older brother was hairy.
Right.
And the father was blind. So he goes to deliver food. He feels the wool on his arm, thinks that it's his oldest son, gives the blessing to succeed to the youngest son. Mm-hmm. The older son comes back and he finds out that his father's been tricked. Father says, I can only bless one time. And he was outraged. Now, the story does not end there. The youngest son flees the desert. Flees into the desert, and he's gone for many years. And he keeps struggling with the fact to go back. And that is when he encounters a stranger. And the stranger's trying to get him to go back. And they wrestle. Little did he know he was wrestling an angel. Story clicking back again?
Yeah. I just don't...
So let's go back to Zenitsu. He was named co-successor of the thunder breathing style. And he mastered one technique. Where the other guy, he mastered 6 of the 7. He never mastered the first technique.
5 of the 6?
Mm-hmm.
The 7th is the thing that Zenitsu created.
Ah, that's right.
So before that, it was...
My apologies. My apologies. But
I'm sorry for correcting.
No, you got to correct these things. If you don't, someone else will. But this is something Zenitsu was struggling because he probably knew one day he would face this guy. Yeah. I mean, why do you think he's still stuck to being a crybaby for so long? And then just at some point, his resolve kicked in, and he had to finish what was started.
The death of their teacher made him lock in.
Yes.
And not be a whimpering crybaby.
Yes, and which he was introduced as. We didn't think he would be that kind of popular character, but he ended up evolving and becoming more relatable than anyone expected.
Well, for me, that was wrenching for me because I can place myself because my own brother has betrayed me before.
Mm-hmm.
So looking that on the big screen with Zenitsu and Kaigaku, Alejandro Saab did really well as Kaigaku. But anyway, he's
Yeah.
my favorite voice actor. But moving on, that is my favorite fight of Demon Slayer in general.
There was like so much emotion in Zenitsu.
Yeah.
And so much rage and discontent in forget his name.
Gaigaku?
It's the first time me seeing this character,
Yeah,
honestly.
I know. I'm just like
I'm still learning names. But it's like there was such emotion, and props off to the voice actors for bringing that emotion to life.
It's just like the whole topic of brotherly betrayal is something I can relate to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing that on the big screen looked like part of my own story was being played on the big screen. So that's
I'm glad you can relate to that.
Yeah.
So.
It's not biblical like you.
But in the end, it's like in the end, the victor didn't strike down out of anger.
Yeah.
It felt like pity.
It was pity.
It felt like pity because, again, in the end of the Bible story that I was mentioning, the older brother forgave the younger brother and embraced him back home.
Right.
But in this one,
that didn't happen.
In the anime story, it didn't happen. But it was out of pity. Pity that he lost a comrade that he looked up to. Even though he despised him, he respected him. But he still had to cut him down because he dishonored the master. Yeah. Dishonored himself.
Yeah, which was, I feel like that can also be like reminiscent of you needing to cutting off people.
Exactly.
Cutting off people that are toxic. Sometimes
exactly. Because when he was human, he was not a likable guy.
Yeah.
He was not a likable guy. And it's like at that some point, like this could be used as like an example. It's like you gotta cut this off. You gotta cut this person off completely. It's gonna be painful. But you have to.
It's kind of
it's the only way you're gonna get closure.
It's kind of I think of it as also some symbolism of like, yeah, I know, like cutting off people is hard, cutting off people who you look up to is hard. But sometimes you need to do it for your own mental health.
It's for your own survival.
Yes. It's hard. People think it's hard because you think you're being mean. I can hear that. But think you're being like not a nice person by doing that. You think you're being the villain, but sometimes you have to be the villain for your own mental health.
Yeah.
That's from my own experience with my brother and that fight with Zenitsu and Gaigaku, that's what I got from it.
Yeah. And like, as we move on to this next
Sorry.
fight, this is deep. And I really do hope someday you and your brother can connect again.
Yeah.
I really do hope so. All my heart, bro.
I'm sorry for getting deep.
I'm glad you were able to share that. I'm glad you were able to share that. And I'm glad that fight was like such a emotional tie to you, honestly.
It was.
And I hope it gives you the courage.
I hope.
To inspire you for the courage.
I hope.
But I do hope that someday you and your brother will reconnect.
I hope. But that'll be for a few.
It won't be today, it won't be tomorrow, but I hope someday.
I hope that too. But anyway.
And now let's get to the fight that we all were waiting for. Me personally, because holy crap, ain't no way the writing's not gonna give Tanjiro rematch with
run it back
with the guy who fist checked one of his heroes for the Demon Slayer Corps. And I want to say just holy crap, that fight was cinema. I'm doing the pose and everything. That fight was cinema. The choreography between Tanjiro and Giyu fighting the upper three. Oh, what's his name again?
Akaza.
Akaza.
Mhm.
Fighting the upper three, Akaza. Holy crap! You couldn't think it's like this fight ever gonna end? Or, like, is this guy ever gonna tire out? Are they gonna make it before they completely conk out? It's like, how much can the human body endure?
They almost did.
They did. It's like, is this gonna end? And like choreography with it was just phenomenal.
Yes, and the teamwork between Giyu and Tanjiro was amazing.
It was so great. It was so great. They've only fought with each other for a little while, but like they're able to work off each other like they were joined at the hip at birth. They were able to play it off with one another, and they had each other's back.
It's like the synergy between 17 and 18. That's how I saw it as.
Mm-hmm.
Even though 17 and 18 are brother and sister, so that's kind of not the same. But
one is like, in a sense, though, they were trained under the same master.
Yes, so they would know each other's moves.
But Tanjiro also had like a couple other new moves that Giyu did not know.
Yes.
Now, and
Tanjiro fanboying.
And Akira, like, holy crap, and it's like, he's struggling between respecting them and hating them.
I hate you, but props.
It's like, you disgust me with your, like, your morals and all, but holy crap, can you throw a punch, or should I say, swing a sword? Do it again.
They did Tanjiro did throw a punch.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that one later. Because as we go through the fight. Because holy crap. Like the sense of emotions that we got going through Tanjiro, who, props to him, he wasn't having Rangoku's death weigh too heavily on him.
Yeah.
His memory was still with him, but it's like you gotta, you respect his name when you say it. And Akiza's like, I am respecting it as well as I can. And that's something I could relate to modern day.
Go on.
So, when there is somebody that you as a person respect, but someone else does not like them.
Right.
Someone else does not like them. And they talk. There are two ways of them talking about them. Talking trash about them, or just giving their overall opinion about them based on their experience of either reading what they wrote, listening what they say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and those are two different people. Because
Right.
some people who trash talk, they're getting secondhand information.
Mm-hmm.
Right, this guy, he fought Rangoku, he got his worth, but in the end, he didn't want to become a demon, and then that's where I draw the line. It's like, I don't respect him for that.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to become a demon, and you rather die on your feet. So, yeah, I'll respect you for that. In fact, I'll help you.
That fight was amazing. Even in the manga, it was gut-wrenching. Putting it on screen, each detail, to my knowledge, I need to look back in the panel, but there was not a zoom up of when Akaza was using his compass needle.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a zoom up of his face.
Right.
In the panel. So I loved how there was a change of that.
Mm-hmm.
That emphasizes...
And they realized they don't have to make it exactly like the manga. We can make it better.
I know. I'm just saying that's a difference in the manga compared to the anime or movie.
Yes. And holy crap, backstory of Tanjiro, understanding more of his family heritage,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing his father, it's it makes me think of my image of my dad is they are much stronger than what they show us
Mm-hmm.
as the father to the son.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we see that kind of strength, we're like, holy crap, how can I
be that way?
How can I live up to that? and then it's like you try to understand what they were trying to tell you at a point.
Mm-hmm.
And like in Tanjiro, like he's hitting basically Ultra Instinct.
Basic. That's basically what the see-through world is.
Yeah.
Accessing Ultra
Which, you know,
Instinct.
it's a state of mind that I've also, when he was talking about, you know, in the invisible world, it's like it is a state of mind. It's like not really based on your sight, but more on how you feel, which can probably be described as reaction. Like when I was a fencer, and you know, we're just countering each other for like multiple times, like up to 5, 6 times. Like there's a state of mind in there that I cannot describe to you.
Flow state.
And it's just, it's amazing. If you pardon my awkward pause, it is amazing. It doesn't matter if I got the point, I didn't got the point. It's like that's the most peace I ever was in.
There's a state of mind where the human body can react without you thinking about it.
Exactly. That's kind of what that's the parallel I draw with the invisible world.
For me,
it's more like, but like the invisible world, I think is like more like it's the combination of spiritual and physical.
Yes.
As you're seeing the spiritual manifestation, everything physical happening.
Yes.
Considering they're fighting a demon.
One of the strongest demons in the world.
And seeing him come up on top, and also, you know, the repercussions of, you know, performing the Kagura perfectly. It's like that just like shows you like, yeah, it's like a super move should have that kind of repercussions, because like this is not going to be some bullcrap that you can pull out of your backside.
It's not supposed to be.
It's like this is a state of mind that took his father years to accomplish, and Tanjiro's just remembering this stuff in like in a year span. Or in his time period of like fighting demons, he's just remembering this stuff. So it's like it's not the physical things that he has to do, but it's the emotional and spiritual things that also make the Kaguya. and he realized it in that moment, but right now he's in all-out war. There's no time to train with this. It's like he's got to adapt and just try to repeat it for the next opponent.
And that happened.
And so now let's talk about Giyu. Holy crap, this guy's a trooper. And like again, when I said in the beginning, whenever I told you Johnny Young Boych was voicing him,
yeah,
like at some point it's like there's got to be some point when he's doing all his grunts that he said Getsuga Tensho. It's like I hope that's a blooper reel.
If I find that, I can send it to you.
Thank you. Send it to me, please. It's like every time I see him do, it's like, come on, Giyu, go Bankai. Bankai.
Bankai? But, like, I guess we can move that into talking about Akaza's backstory.
Oh my gosh. I feel like many people could probably relate to him as themselves or someone they know. As someone who's like gone through hardship, all right, taking care of somebody who's done nothing wrong. As someone who's taking care of somebody, myself, who's also in poor health. It's like I'm taking care of somebody. It's like I can understand the pain that he's probably feeling, because like when his father, who was sickly, he felt like he was a burden to his son, and it's like, you know, they're not.
They're not.
It's like this is not something I have to do.
It's something you want to do.
Exactly.
It's very understandable.
It's many things for many sons and daughters when they're taking care of a elderly parent, and those parents, then they go through the emotion. Like I know this because my grandparent has told me this before they passed away. It's like they go through such emotions. Like these are children that, from birth, I've changed their diapers, I've helped them walk, I've fed them, and now they're doing it to me. And it's like at one point, it's like they feel like they are broken. And it's like, you know, no, it's like they were once weak and helpless, and you faced with love and duty, fed them, clothed them, helped them walk, helped them live. And now
You return the
that
favor.
love returns to you.
I can relate to that.
And that is something that, I think that they hit the nail on the head whenever it comes out that this kid, like, he's in trouble constantly with the local authorities, and the father just felt like I'm a burden to him. It's like I need to be out of his life, and it's like that's something that hasn't happened to me, but I'm sure many people probably related to. And for him to, venture out, he's starting fights, but then to have someone else pick him up, because like this guy, he's still a kid.
Yeah.
He's still a kid when this happens to him. Like, granted, it's like years ago, centuries ago, maybe even a millennia. But like someone else like picks him up and like takes him in. It's like, all right, well, you're gonna take care of my daughter while I do odd jobs so I can pay rent around here. And in return, I will teach you how to fight better. Because I pummeled you, you small child. like, it's essentially what he said, too.
Yeah, that's basically what he said.
He was like, wow, you're tough. Usually guys are out for over an hour. You got up and won. Good for you. Meanwhile, this kid's got bruises all over his face. And like, oh, sure, whatever. And he's taking care of a sick girl. And she's always apologizing, which again is like, I think many people who have an illness that, they cannot help. Everyone knows that if they'd rather be healthy, they would be healthy. But, he has no malice about it. He takes care of them because, he feels like he should.
Yeah.
He has nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And he develops a relationship with both father and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, he gets engaged to
the daughter.
And like he's about to start a family. He goes back to his home. He tells his father about it. His father's grave. And he's proud.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he's complete.
He feels like he's fulfilling his father's last wish.
To come home and his father figure and his bride-to-be murdered by poison water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is where, again, I'm going to bring Bible religion into this. This is where we come to that fork in the road. So everything we get here is given and take away.
Yeah.
We lose it, but that doesn't mean it's lost forever.
Yeah.
He had the love of his father, and it was taken from him. Then he got the love of a father figure and a woman that he grew to care for.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was taken away from him again.
And
that's where he felt like his world just collapsed. To the point where
he basically snapped.
He snapped, and he killed people in the brutalest way with his bare hands.
I consider it basically, you're aware of Doom, right?
Yes.
I basically considered his Slayer moment, like Doom Slayer.
Someone needs to get that clip and put Doom
I
music over that scene, because oh my gosh, it would fit that scene so perfectly. And like all the while, it's like I'm not thinking, yeah, those samurais over there who hated that dojo, yeah, they deserve it. Now I pitied Akaza.
I pitied him.
I pitied him that he went through this, because that's not what he was taught. But the resentment to humanity was so strong in him that he let go of it. He let go of love. He let go of humanity. And in the end, like, that's what he admitted to.
He had nothing left to lose.
Exactly. No, he thought he had nothing left to lose.
Mm-hmm. So he destroyed everything.
But like, what hit hardest for me is as these ghosts that haunt him come up to him one by one, and he feels as if, like, I'm not going where you guys are going. And he's afraid for the first time in his life as a demon.
Mm-hmm.
He is afraid. He knows he's not going there. Because the people that he lost, the lives that mattered to him, of all the lives that have been lost by his hands, those three are the ones that mattered to him the most. But like him remembering what love was, remembering the love that saved him, the love that raised him, and the love that saved him after his father passed away. He remembered what it was and he called back to it. It's the same thing that is taught in the Bible. Mm-hmm. It's like, though you have sinned, if you come back to me, if you let me back into your heart,
I will forgive you.
You will be forgiven. And this is the only thing that I will probably spoil. It's like, he is welcomed home. His home. Even though he has the voice of Muzan screaming in his head. To me, Muzan represents the enemy that is talked about in the Bible.
Yeah.
He is the enemy. It's not like a left-wing, right-wing group. Like, it's not like a social group. He is like embodiment of evil that wants to infect everybody.
That's kind of his thing.
Exactly. And he's a good representation of what the enemy is. Like one moment he looks like Michael Jackson. Another moment he looks like a small child. Another moment he's a woman. It's like he's in every kind of form.
He shapeshifts his form.
But at the same time, like, he is still embodiment of evil. Mm-hmm. I guess it wasn't going down so easily. It took a punch from Tanjiro for him to kind of jog his memory of what love was.
Punch.
I mean, honestly, if I was in that situation and I saw Tanjiro hit this upper 3 demon in the jaw, just pause there for a moment, and then suddenly the guy's punching himself all over, and it's like, dang, Tanjiro, you got one mean right hook. You concussed him so bad that he's punching himself. Yeah, forget the sword. And it's like, all right, you saw that upper third? It's like, yeah, Tanjiro just punched him once, and he immediately started punching himself. I was like, shit. It's like, I'm sorry, I see that as a demon, and I have no context of backstory. I see him hit him, and then he started punching himself all over. Like, nope, not touching that. Nope, Muzan can kill me later. Like, no, that's not how I want to go. It's like, everyone in context, like, dang, Tanjiro, that's a mean right hook. Meanwhile, this guy is having his internal backstory taking a third of the movie.
I mean, there is going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, but like, still, it's like, holy crap. But it's like, again, well, with the funny part out of the way, it's like, it's that acceptance of love, acceptance of who you were, and wanting to come back into it as he's fighting to stay in this world. Mm-hmm. To the point where he is just ready for death.
Yeah.
That he even ignores a man that he fears, a man that he served, a man that, he was loyal to. Refused the call of the darkness and goes into the light. To me, it's very biblical. I don't know if that's what was intended. Props to her, but this is my translation into it. I'm not saying that's what they were going for. I'm not saying that. Everyone else is going to have their own opinion, but I'm just saying that's what clicked in for me when I saw that moment. And, given everything that has happened in this week with tragedies and remembering 9/11.
Yeah.
It's like we all have a bad day, and sometimes it is the choice, just one more choice before you either fall into darkness
or be raised into
the light. And you will fight the darkness with your brother by your side. And that's Tanjiro and Giyu. MVPs of the movie. I'm calling it now. MVPs of this movie.
Fight the power.
Because, holy crap, you got to grab your brother in Christ with you and face the darkness head on.
Yeah, that's basically.
because that's what it was. And like, is this a Christian movie? No, but I just I drew those parallels to it because honestly, that's the kind of stuff I look for in a movie. It's like, can I relate to this movie? Can someone opposite of me relate to this movie? And if I can see that, it's like, great. This is going to be a great movie that can relate to everybody. Are there choices in this movie? There is. People made choices, right or wrong, their opinion. We're just the audience.
Right.
Can I relate or know someone who could relate to those situations? Yes. Do I hate those people? No. We pity them.
Yes.
We pity them. Just like as someone who probably sees me as one of the villains, they pity me.
Yeah.
I too can turn it around and pity them. There's only one hate, and that's the upper two. He's the only real asshole of this movie.
Hey, I didn't say it. You did. I wanted to say it, but I...
No, I just know someone's going to call him out. I was like, what about upper two? It's like, no, F him. I'm just saying it now. I was like, no, that kid, spawn of Satan. The fact that he's a demon now just proves my point. The other guy, no, he was just an angry child. And he just got more dangerous. This kid, no.
If you only knew his motivation to become a demon, that'll be revealed.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it.
Well, that and he killed Shinobu.
Yes.
It's like, so I'm just... I'm not excusing that. He killed the other guy, Akuza killed Goku because that was business and they were standing on it.
Yes.
This guy absorbed her whole. Like, upper two absorbed her whole, left nothing to bury. So, no. He gets no sympathy from me. He may be a pretty boy, but that's all he's got going for him. But overall, I said my piece. It's like, I hope this doesn't discourage anyone from watching it. Again, this is the parallels that I draw from the movie. It's stuff that I look for in a movie. Just able to, like, can I put myself in that situation? Can I put myself in the other situation? Can someone opposite of me put themselves in this situation? Because, there's always going to be someone opposite of you.
Yeah.
Opposite opinions. And we're all going to think we're the good guys in our story. It's like, the thing is, like, we can rotate in and out all we want. We're the same guy. We're on the same coin.
Everybody has their own coin.
Exactly. Heads or tails.
Yes, it depends on the situation.
Exactly. But, and you had yours about, like, being personally drawn to one of those fight scenes.
Yes.
It's like...
In which I can also relate to Akaza because, like... Even though I couldn't help my grandfather as he was deteriorating, my uncle was able to. And my grandfather was basically sick, but as he got to the end of his life, he started to become more aggressive, and he never was aggressive in life. Because he wanted to go home. He didn't want people to worry about him. Because he was worried that people were worrying about him, which that whole story reminded me of what my grandfather went through, and that happened after I read. Which is something like many of us probably watched that, and there were some little kids in the audience too, so they haven't quite got there yet. Yeah. At least I hope not. I hope they have many fond memories with their grandparent. Yeah. It's like every kid should be able to have fond memories with their grandparent and their grandparent to spill the beans of what their parents were like. They're like, my dad yelling at me because I got a bad grade. Shoot, your dad couldn't even solve 1 + 1.
Like, really? You're like, yeah, what macaroni you can't do? 1 times 1. See, your brother even gonna do plus. And that's easier.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
It's gonna be untrue. My kid will become a wizard in math.
You're a wizard.
Kidding. Don't even have a child. But like, all in all, it's like, but it's something that is relatable, and I've showed you what IGM
Yes,
was.
IG.
See, so let me see if I can find it here real quick, and tell you what IGM was.
I haven't looked at it, but I just don't. I already know they.
They gave it a low rating.
What? How
Of
low?
like a 6. It was like a 6.
I expected them to do a 4 or something.
Man, it was a while back. Okay, IGN. Here we go.
IGN rates the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc movie 1 a 6 out of 10, calling the pacing horrendous and saying that the story is clearly incomplete. Well, IGN, no.
Well, that's literally the point. It
is a 3-part movie. It's like, again, like I told you this off mic. I'm going to say this on mic. This is my hot take. This is why IGN, unless they're getting paid under the table by, certain entertainment companies to promote how good something is, they're not going to care. IGN, whoever they got to review IGN, they don't understand anime. They don't understand animated movies. And overall, they just do not understand like the purpose of how Demon Slayer is written. You got the action, you got backstory, and then you got the aftermath. That is how Demon Slayer is. And that is surprisingly why it is popular. You fight someone, they're a horrible person, they're defeated, and then you get their backstory, and it just turns out that they had one bad day.
Yeah.
And Muzan took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy took advantage of your one bad day. Just do not look over to the light. You suffer in the light. Come with me in the dark, and we're just gonna wreck shit.
One of us.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, but yeah, IGN giving it 6 out of 10. Highly disagree with them saying like incomplete. Well, duh, that's why there's 3 movies, morons. They announced that it's going to be one of 3 movies.
So it's definitely going to be in. It was. You should have went into the movie. You should have went into the movie understanding that it was not going to be complete. The story
like,
is not going to be complete.
Like whoever they got to do the review like understood nothing about Demon Slayer, understood nothing about anime because it's about dialogue as well as the action. Because obviously this person did not know anime, did not know Demon Slayer, and just went into the movie expecting something. I don't know what they were expecting, but it wasn't that.
I couldn't tell you.
And it's like people who go to this movie, majority of them, they know who the characters are.
Yeah.
And like so, like if you have not seen Demon Slayer, but you go to this movie, you are going to get lost. I was kind of hoping like there would be like this whole collage of memory sequences. Honestly, I was hoping that we were going to see the Demon Slayer castle go boom again.
Yeah, no.
But no. It picked up right where the last season left off. So you gotta understand where they are in the series before you watch the movie. And that's something I feel like on their part, they failed at.
Yeah. They failed at that part. He's correct.
Probably because they weren't being promised a, nice little juicy something.
Money.
Yeah. Yeah. This my hot take? Yes. Do I have proof? No. But at the same time, these people are the same people who push trash movies and say they're works of art.
No way.
Amongst other things, but I won't get into that. But, Yeah, it's like me personally. We're gonna get into the ratings right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to start or should I?
I guess I can start. I'm gonna give it probably a 9.
Okay, a 9 out of 10.
Mhm.
All right.
It's became my favorite movie. So
Yeah, you said it took the place of Fallen Kingdom,
yes,
which is a big feat.
from Jurassic
Yeah,
World. Fallen
Jurassic
Kingdom.
World, like, which is a big feat, but like, props to that.
It's now at second.
I give this one an 8. Don't get me wrong. It's like I love the animation. I love the choreography. I love the characters. But it's like the hopping of everyone's memories.
Yeah, I
And
get
it's
that.
like it does kind of slow it down, especially at the end. It kind of slows it down, just a little bit.
I get that.
It's like we're seeing someone's memories. Like, okay, but what is he doing to those poor boys right now? It's like those guys are looking in horror as this body without a head is pummeling them.
Or just standing still.
He's just standing there. Menacingly. But I felt like with everything that went on this week, this was a very good movie that I needed to see.
Yeah.
And it's like it was very thought provoking for me. Again, that's what I look for in a movie half the time. It's like if you see me watching stuff like Predator or the Expendables.
Yeah.
And it's like that's when I'm looking for action. But it's like if I'm like actually looking for a movie that I want to sit down, watch, or just have in the background to kind of just help the overall atmosphere as I work, it's like that's the kind of stuff I look for.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, it's like I do that with Lord of the Rings too. It's like, I mean, Lord of the Rings constantly is very thought provoking for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's why it's the greatest movie series of all time. There's no hot take about it. It's just fact. And everyone else who disagrees is wrong. Dying on this hill.
Okay.
This hill with a round door. But yeah, and we've hit over an hour.
Oh my god.
So those of you who sat with us through this whole thing, I salute you.
Thank you.
And again, this was a big thing that was happening this weekend as far as like anime news, and we had to get this out as soon as possible. Otherwise, we record things in bunches, and you would have got this like in 3 weeks.
Yes.
You probably would have got this in 3 weeks. So it's like we had to release this one right away based on like the movie was coming out, and we felt like we needed to give our sympathies out as well.
Yes.
To like everyone who felt just like negative emotions about what happened this week, and not to mention, honor sacrifices that were made on 9/11. So, with that, we're going to sign off. We're going to work on the next episode. So, this has been the Brood Badger
And Shino.
blasting off again.